Hello, everybody. It's been a really long time no see, and I really wanted to talk to you about everything that's been going on in my life. I feel like I need love right now. Love from somebody else because I feel so comfortable with my own love and my own life that I'm getting a little bit bored. And I know that it's part of being like following your path and everything. But I really do want to have some like chaos in my life, I miss that a little bit. It's not like a coping mechanism that I always go to when I'm feeling too good or something like that. I don't know. Also, my plans on going to Germany are still up, but they are a little bit wobbly. I don't know how to feel about that, and I don't know how to fix it, to be honest. To be completely honest with you, I don't know how to fix it. So I'll have to go with it to see how everything goes. And I'm not sure to take it as a sign of life saying, like, you need to figure it out another way, you need to learn a lesson, or it's testing me. I'm not sure. I don't know, to be honest, but I'm doing what I have to do. I'm working very hard. I'm having two jobs right now, which is horrible but necessary. I'm pretty aware that everything that is going on in the world is affecting me at the end of the day. I try not to let it affect me a little bit too much because it actually can take a toll on you. It actually can drain all your energy. And I was talking about it with my family today, and we were talking about like politics around the world, the news, and everything. And it's like, you don't even have to be political right now. Like, there's no point, because at the end of the day, it's going to rule the people that are in power. And I know that there is a little bit of hope in thinking that we are more than them. We are, of course, going to win because of the amount of people that we are, but it is really like hard to break through all these patterns and all this already system that is working right now. It's not working like on our favor, but it's actually running our world. And it's really hard to get away from that, especially seeing everything that is going on around, like with how the government tries to keep our minds occupied in things that actually don't matter at all, and that is not something that up to debate or something like that. Like, I saw that in the US there's files of UFOs coming out to the public, like going around and I don't know, classified information and everything. It's like that is not what we should be talking right now. Like, like, it's like when you're in a fight with your friend. That happened to me, by the way. I'm going to tell you a really nice and related story, like as a metaphor. I was really mad with my best friend, ex best friend. We were still like friends, but we went through a really bad argument. And I told her I wanted to talk to her in person because I couldn't like go on talking to her without talking to her in person about this topic that was really getting into my nerves. So I established a really clear limit, which was I don't want to follow anything, I don't want to talk about anything else until we see each other and talk about this topic. And she said, okay. But after a week, she sent me a reel of a girl that was getting her hair cut. And she was like, should I do this? It's exactly like that. And of course, I told her, like, I don't want to talk about anything else other than the topic that we need to talk about, when we need to discuss. And by the way, we never had the conversation. We never went out. That was the last time that we spoke to each other. literally forever and ever and ever. So I haven't talked to her in like 2 years. And of course, our friendship ended. Everything is really hard to process when you're going through that because it's like, does this person actually cares about the real topic, the real problem, and the real issue? And it's the same with our government and with governments around the world, to be honest. It's like they try to deviate your attention. I'm not sure if that's the actual word, deviate. You know, change your attention to something that is not actually of importance or is not like something politically necessary to talk about, but they do that to control your mind and to make you get impressed by something that is not actually talking about the real topic and just distracting you from the whole problem. And I hate that. I hate that because we're not dumb. Well, some of us are dumb, but it's not our fault, you know? It's like society gets controlled by what is grabbing their attention. And sometimes that is not even in our control because of the system. So that also goes to the point that I wanted to talk about in this video, which was I made a video that said, um, you control your reality, something like that. And I was trying to explain how it's your reality, right? And all of your attention and perception is going to work to go towards what you think is true. So that is true, but at the same time, your reality is controlled by those in power right now. Like, we have no control over what is happening to us, and we have limited freedom. We have limited sense of reality, which is, for me, it's unexplainable, to be honest, because I wish reality would be something like colorful, creative, artistic all the time, like you trying to explore what you actually care or what you actually want to do in life. What is your power, what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, what you find love in doing, but that is not reality. That is actually not reality, not even for people in power. They were just trying to get money, get power at the end of the day. And I hate that that is what controls us at the end of the day. So I feel like we have no control in anything, but at the same time, our perception is the only thing that we have. Hope is one of the only thing that we have, to be honest. Our mind, our consciousness, and how we try to go through these things, as depressing as that sounds. So, if you overthink about reality, you're going to get depressed. That is just a fact. And that is something that I've tried to control. And I wanted to talk about this topic. Like, you can't avoid reality, you can't avoid the real issue, right? And I hate that conscious people like me, probably like you too, are like always trying to be happy, but it is inevitable to find horrible and sorrow and like painful things to go through, you know? It's inevitable. Like, happiness is impossible to achieve if you're a conscious person. The more you know, the more you suffer. And I hate that. I've been finding myself these days seeing videos of rescued animals, cats, dogs, any kind of animal, birds that have been abused, and or under very horrible circumstances, and getting like rescued by these beautiful heartwarmed people that have a little hope in society, give a little hope to society also. It gives me a lot of hope, but at the same time, it makes me suffer. I cry. I cry even thinking about it. So I don't know if that kind of how would you say, sensitivity makes you unhappy, to be unhappy all the time, like really hard to achieve happiness because you feel everything all the time, and you overthink everything also. And at the same time, I know that it is very contradictory with my type of personality, that is like narcissistic, egoistic tendencies, but at the same time I'm the total opposite. Like, I don't understand how to navigate life right now. It's really hard for me to keep like a straight face towards life because the algorithm knows me very well. And if I try to distract myself by going through YouTube, I always just stumble across something really sad and I cry about it. And I don't know if the algorithm likes that, but it keeps showing me that type of stuff. So it's either brain rot or really, really sad things. And I'm not sure if that is connected also with my perception of reality, where I find my attention being focused on problems. So when I see that, I actually like, I don't know, manifest more of that, and I hate that. I don't want to be like that, but at the same time, like, it's reality. We can't get out of it. We can't get out of it. I just wish I could just go through a wall and step into my dream life, you know? Try to channel a new reality, another dimension. I wish I could just go past what we already know and our suffering. You know, it's almost like fictional. I try to think that it is possible, but it's not. It is not. It's just not, you know? It's like being delusional. That's my sense of self. That is my sense of reality. I hate reality so much and I'm so overly conscious about it that I wish I could just transport, teletransport, fly, uh have superpowers, you know, become invisible. And I know that that is something really easy to fall in because you, at the end of the day, something unrealistic right now. But I wish, I just wish. And I think that also connects with what I want to do in life. I want to be very specific with this, and I heard that the more specific you are with your dreams, the most likely you are to achieve them because you have a clear path of what you want to follow. And for me is first of all being abroad, then following my path of architecture, being very very artistic. So I want to have a museum that is also like a sensorial experience with my paintings, to be very fictional, to have a lot of installation art. I think that is the right word to explain what I want to do with my career. I want to be a creator of an artist of installation art, and a very very like livable because art is not livable. I was not art is like just art, you know, something to how do you say this, to admire. Probably I want to be admired also. I don't know. So I'm not sure if all of this like has to do with the other thing. Like at this point I'm just vomiting thoughts, you know? But that's what I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about myself in the world, myself in the world, and myself out of this world. So it's easy to want to go through that and at the same time just escape from. So I try to figure out what to do with my life to be happy, to have everything that I've ever wanted. But at the same time, sometimes I just want things that are not real, you know, that are not realistic. I just want to like fly or something. I just want to become invisible. But at the same time, I just want to be sensible. I just want to be a poet, an artist, an architect. I want to be a really good woman, a model, probably. Probably. I say probably because I find it really hard to keep myself together at times, especially with this hair. Yesterday, I received a lot of compliments. It was, I'm not sure if you say like that in English, but it's a ritual in like a Catholic culture or religion. When you, it's like a confirmation. Do you call it like that? My sister went through that, and I was her, I don't know how you say it, the person that you have to get for that, that is going to guide you towards being a saint, basically. So I went there and I was like dressed down. My hair was a kind of like this, but a little bit better. And everyone was like, "Oh, I love your curly hair." And I was like, if you saw me with my eyes, if you only saw me with my eyes, you wouldn't be saying this. But at the same time, it's like things. I know I'm cute. I know I look beautiful. So it's so contradictory to live and to want to live and to just exist, freedom, and but the system, capitalism, money, your dreams, your goals, superpowers, everything. Like I don't understand. I also want to be a tennis player. I also want to have the most beautiful body in the world, which is something that has become unachievable for me right now at this point because I can't control what I eat. To be honest, I try to, and I like to say that I try to, but it's really hard. It's really hard, and it's really hard for me to lose weight, also. I don't know why. I don't know what is going through my head right now, or if it's a long process to be sustainable. I try to make it as sustainable as possible because I can go crazy with my choices. And I know it's also about controlling what you do and how you follow some things, but I'm not sure if that's the way to go. You know, restricting yourself is something that does not, I don't understand. You know, you are a very specific thing in the universe. Like you exist, you're a particle in the universe. Why are you restricting yourself? Like you can barely live right now under this horrible system that we created that is against our humanity and everything. Like, why aren't we just focused on science? Why aren't we just focused on happiness? You know, colors, you know, creativity, fantasy. Fantasy and science should be the only thing that we should care about, to be honest. And that involves life for me. For me, that is my perspective, of course. Let me know what is your perspective on life. What should we focus on? Because for me, it's really, really, really hard to come to a conclusion of what we should be focusing on right now. Because I feel like our society is only focusing on money, getting money and surviving. And that is something that we should have already passed. Like, I don't like that idea. For me, it's not, I can't fathom the idea of people having to live with their salary day by day. And if they don't work one day, it's over. Like, they're hungry, you know, and they can't afford having a house or a roof over their heads. Like, for me, that is so unfair. And that keeps me up at night. But at the same time, it's like, where is my happiness? And where is their happiness? Where is the fantasy? Like, for you and for me, right now, creativity and art, it's a privilege. It's like a luxury, you know? And I hate that because that should be the only thing that we should focus on. Period. That's all that I wanted to say. If you want to check and if you want to support my art and everything that I do, oh my god, my hair. How should you style short hair? Because for me, it's impossible to keep it one way. Like, really. I'm not sure what to do. So keep check the links in the description and follow me and give me a like. I love you so much. And if you want to support my art, the links are in the description also. See you on the next video, and let me know what you think about life, because I've been having these thoughts this week about like what to do and what to not to do, like why money, why not? Why art? Why money? I don't know. Okay, see you in the next one.